Hi everyone, this is my stock photography and videography earnings for September 2025. Second time I'm doing this, third actually. Having some really strange audio problems with my lav mic plugging in, but for some reason the sound cutting out all the time. So I hope this third take goes well. Anyway, in this video I will tell you about what I've been up to in September, what the highlights of September were with stock photography and videography sales, and I'll tell you the amounts that each agency earned, and at the end I'll tell you how much in total I earned for September 2025. Anyway, we'll get into it because I'm not sure how much space I have left on this card and I don't know how long the audio is going to last. What have I been up to in September? In the Netherlands, autumn has come really early, so I've been taking advantage of that and just photographing some beautiful mushrooms that have been growing all over the nature areas. I also photographed and videoed a burnt out fat bike, which will delight some viewers and probably make other viewers sad. I'm a little bit in the middle. So every time I come across a hornet, I don't know if it's an Asian hornet or a European hornet, I make sure I photograph and video them. I also found a nice old classic Audi, something 60 on the street, and I made sure I got some nice photos of that. And I've also been spending a lot of time editing my video for my second channel about a Honda NSX supercar and its owner and what it's like to own that vehicle. Okay, starting with the agencies for September, we'll kick off with Shutterstock, and for Shutterstock I have 3,162 images and 385 videos. I had 34 sales in September. Some of the highlights was a still photo sale of the NATO summit sign that was in The Hague. They had the NATO summit a few months ago. And that photo, for an editorial photo, earned me $4.04. So thanks Milos for putting me onto photographing that subject. I also sold 2 photos of a very small electric bike that you don't necessarily pedal, parked on the side of a scenic Delft canal. That was an editorial. One sold for 70 cents and the other one sold for 57 cents. I just sneezed. A recent sale that I got for a recent upload of a military amphibious landing craft. That's an editorial photo and that made $2.45. And I had the classic tulip fields in the foreground and a nice train moving in the background photo as an editorial for $2.77. I was happy to make a video sale, unfortunately only for $4.17, of a commercial video of wild conic horses running around in a nature area in the north of the Netherlands. And quite a large sale of an editorial photo of a museum in the Hague. It's called the Municipal Museum or the Gemeente Museum. And that sold for a massive $9.94. All up for Shutterstock, not a bad month, $28.63. Alamy now, and my portfolio is 3,015 photos. And I made one sale in September, and that was of a police car emblem, a close-up of a Tasmanian police car emblem on the side of the police car, and that had a gross sale value of $6.65. Istock now, in a very lackluster month once again. I think I've been saying that for the last 4 or 5 months, but this one's no different. I did have a sale of a red combi van, an editorial for $2.45. I had a photo of some smoked mackerel, which was a commercial shot, taken about 7 years ago or longer. That was for $2.82. All up for iStock Getty, I made $14.83. And now Pond5, my surprise of the month, actually delivered. I sold one video, and that was of an Atlantic salmon swimming in a clear water stream. That commercial video sold for $45.35. That's pretty good and much needed revenue at this stage. Those Atlantic salmon videos and photos are performing really well for me still, a couple of years after I've taken them. And now Adobe Stock, where I have 1,623 photos and 138 videos. I don't think it's grown much from my last update. I sold 4 videos and I had 26 sales in total. The rest were photo sales. Some of the highlights were a photo of some painkillers that I was forced to take back in the day when I bust my knee and I was on crutches for about 8 to 10 weeks. A flashback to better times. Another sale was of a seagull attack, of a girl putting some chips in a bin and the seagulls being really upset by that, and that was 36 cents. And I had a commercial photo sold of a blue barrel jellyfish that I found on the beach. During the late summer and autumn, these barrel jellyfish wash up on the Hague beaches by the dozens and dozens, and this commercial photo sold for $3.30. And I had 2 commercial video sales while I was standing above Hobart City in Tasmania on the top of Mount Wellington, and I just did panning video shots and static video shots of the views from the mountains, and those 2 videos earned me $16.88. Another video was of the Cape Bruni Peninsula at the southern end of Bruny Island in Tasmania as it looks out over the wilderness into the Southern Ocean. And that was also a panning left to right video, and that earned me $8.44. And the poor old dead gannet trapped in plastic that I took about 8 or 9 years ago in HD with my simple iPhone Model 4. That commercial video sold for $23.45, which I'm very happy about. All up for Adobe Stock, I earned $81.40. I think that's a good month. Now, if you found this video helpful in any way or interesting, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe, and hit that bell notification if you want to be reminded when my new videos come up. In total for September 2025, I earned $173.23. Not bad, actually. I think it's my best month for quite a while. Hope you guys also had a good September. Let me know how you went in the comments. I look forward to reading them. And don't forget to check out my second channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!